Super in-depth eyebrow tutorial using only 2 products. First, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. This is about $21. It used to be $18, but this lasts me at least a year, if not almost 2. And so for me, that price point is worth it because I get the most crisp, best brows whenever I do that. I'm just gonna brush through my brows, make sure there's no product on them, make sure they're sitting nicely, and I'm using the Patrick Ta brow brush for this, but any brow brush will work. The thinner, the better. We're gonna start on the underneath of the brow and in the middle of it, and we're gonna start drawing our line. This is going to give us a nice structure and a nice clean brow that's going to look filled in. I'm going to do a full face later and give you guys my updated base routine, so I want to make sure that my brows are kind of structured. When I wear full glam, I like a little structured brow, and this is how I do it. So I'm just underlining the brow until I get as even as I possibly can, filling in those little sparse areas. Once I've done that, I'm going to go in the top of my brow, but the middle, I'm not going to start at the top, or I'm not going to start in the beginning. I'm going to avoid this area right here. When you start to fill in that area, if it is not sparse, like mine are pretty full, you're going to get that blocky, kind of masculine, kind of androgynous, more fuller block brow look, which can be really easy to accidentally do with dip brow pomade, so just be really careful. I'm gonna create my arch. You can do it more square or rounded, whatever your preference is, and then connect that back to the tail. Then I'm gonna fill my tail in. I want my tail to be the most filled in portion of my brow because I like a nice good ombre, and that's just me. That's just for me personally. It's hard to do brow tutorials because I feel like brows are so personal to everyone, but this is like one of the #1 things I get asked for. I probably have like 17 brow tutorials on this page at this point, but that's okay. I'm going to go back in and just make sure everything is kind of filled in. I'm going to move my face to see where those sparse areas are, where the shadows and the light is hitting my brow, so that I can fill those sparse areas in from any angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of, when you're doing art, look back and get it from all angles to make sure that it's exactly how you want it, and just brush through so you're not like caking up the product. You don't have like an excess of product making your brows look chunky or weird, or like giving away the fact that you have product in them. And then once I feel like my brush pretty much has no product left over on it, I'm going to, with like super gentle pressure, just underline the front part of my brow and kind of connect it to that line I drew. And then whenever I go back and clean this up with concealer, they're gonna look super clean and crisp. That is a must. You must clean this up with concealer. That's the second product we're using. If you don't, you're not gonna get the brows that you're wanting. You're not gonna get the brows that you're looking to get. Cleaning those up adds to the shape, okay? Cleaning up your brows actually helps to define them. It is the light and dark contrast. Just like you wouldn't put on bronzer without putting on concealer, you wouldn't put on concealer without putting on bronzer. You need to do both so that you have that contrast and that highlight, and that's going to help give you that illusion of that really, really perfected brow shape. I'm telling you right now that if you fill in your brows and you feel like they're never that good, try to clean them up with concealer, even if you don't feel like they need it, and I'm telling you, the difference will blow your mind. It genuinely is worth that extra step, and that's really the difference between a lot of makeup-y makeup and then kind of like novice beginner makeup. Now, depending what vibe you're going for, because you might not be going for like a full glam high quality makeup look, that's okay. Just if you are, this is a must. And so I'm just going to take a little concealer brush. This is a little $1 e.l.f. Brush. All of these products and these brushes are linked in my Amazon beauty must-haves because I have been doing my brows like this for literally 9 years and cannot do them any other way. Specifically this concealer brush, I'll never use a different one. This is the Lancome Tint Idole Concealer. I really like to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer as well when cleaning up my brows, but I'm just adding this highlight. And so all those soft, subtle areas of my brow are going to have this highlight against them, which is going to make it pop and look so much more clean and structured. You can see the difference already, that it just looks super clean and super well done. Like, I spent a lot of time on it, and that's how you get a really good crisp brow. Think of your concealer like your eraser. So if you accidentally get outside of the lines, you get to go back in with that concealer and really clean everything up and make it look nice and crisp and sharp. And I'm telling you, you will get confidence on your brows. That is my brow tutorial. Let me know if you want something else in depth.